Hi everyone, it's Desiree, and I am here with Spellbinders with yet another club kit of the month. This is the amazing paper Grace die of the month. Beautiful flourish. What I love when she does these types, one, they are 5x7 cards. I love me a big card because not only can it be a card, the recipient can hang it on the wall and it turns into beautiful home decor. Yes. So this comes with the outline, and then you have this beautiful filigree inset into it. And when you match this up and cut this out, you will get this very fine border design that goes around it. Then you have your centerpiece that will cut this design out. You then also get two sections for your center, so you can have your background and then your design that will go through, so the background will come through it. And you get some wonderful florals and branches and leaves. Now for this one, as always, I'm going to take care of my die cutting off screen before we get started. And we are going to put a twist on this. Hopefully you're excited for this. So let's get started. Okay, so as you can see, we're going to put a creepy spin twist to, I know, something amazing paper Grace. You know, you would think, whenever I hear that, and I know with everything that Becca Feakin creates, it's beautiful, it's flourishes, it's florals, it's vintage, it's gorgeous. Now I'm going to kind of put this to the dark side, and why not? Again, we have versatility when it comes to our items, and this is a way, what for some reason, when I saw this flourish, and I can't pronounce the second name, and I'm not even going to try, this is what I saw. This is because I am into the romantic grunge. If that makes any sense. That's what I call this. And with all of these flourishes, it's absolutely gorgeous. So by simply, it's a way for us to stretch our dies. It's another way to create with this. Okay, so simply changing up your cardstocks in your color choices makes all the difference. And that's really all I did here. Now, the reason why I'm taking this panel and I'm flipping one out from underneath it is because I wanted a platform for all of those florals to sit. I didn't want them to immediately come off, and I didn't want to cover up that panel with all of the flourishes. So kind of the reason why I created that backdrop. So I wanted more to be up before they started dropping down to the back panel. So here I've got this beautiful purple metallic cardstock. And then of course coming across with that black flourish, making sure the center was coming out as well. And then that lime green, that bright green, and that is by Spellbinders. So the cardstocks that I am using are by Spellbinders from their Essential Collection. This is the lightest green. I forget what color that's called, but that is just gorgeous. It just pops right off of that when it comes to that panel. I think it looks great here. But we need to add a whole bunch more. So I'm using a 5x7 card base. So I need to go over the edge with that. Nope, not with Vintage Photo. We are using black soot this time. Yes. So we're just going to ink up these edges. I'm making sure as best as I can that I don't get ink to the inside of the piece, but I'm just worried if I close down that flap, I'm going to get ink on the inside of it. So I use a lot of scratch paper. I could have just used my glass mat too, but I didn't because I just didn't want to clean it off. I was really on a roll and I had a lot of things sitting on outside the viewing area here. Like, I mean, tens of those flowers are just sitting there, and I didn't want them to get wet when I did, if I did have to clean that up, because I usually spray onto that. So that's the reason. That was the thought process to my stupidness there. Really took it and stretched it out. So by putting the black soot around the edge, it dulled that white, because I didn't want any white on it, and it made it like a gray. So all of the flowers were cut in a deep red. And I believe, again, the red did come from the collection. Matter of fact, let me find it here. So, you know, I'm going to drive you crazy with that. It is called Pomegranate. Yes. So that's the deep red. And I went around with black soot again. So the larger ones, the black soot is just around the edge. Where when it comes to the smaller inside, I'm really inking those up. I'm putting a lot of black soot directly onto them, not just going over the edge. All the leaves and the twigs, they were cut with black cardstock as well. So I'm coming in with my tools, my flower forming tools, and Susan Tierney, she has a whole set specifically for all of those beautiful florals that she does. And she got me hooked on the Beacon Kids Choice glue. It is awesome for this type of work. And what I mean is, when you're putting a floral together, you want a glue that is going to be really quick grabbing. Yes, we can say that about art glitter glue. Yes, we can say that about Barely, but there is something different when it comes to this Kids Choice glue. It's in a tube. It is super, super thick. But the moment I dip into that and put this down on the card, they are there. Now, don't get me wrong, they're going to rock, but they're not going to fall. They're not going to lift. They're not going to shift. So thank you, Susan, if you watch. I doubt it. But if you do, thank you. It's an awesome glue. I get mine from Amazon. But it is great. Just getting a bunch on there. It dries clear. It dries completely clear. Even though you could see like huge globs. I mean, you can see the globs on this filming here, but they dry completely clear, and it's just awesome. It is just really awesome. For stuff like this, that's the glue that I go to, because it will. Have I used art glitter glue for this? Absolutely. You've all seen me do that. I've used the Barely art, but it still moves and it can lift. It doesn't get that immediate hold. This, for some reason, just creates that bridge of that. So once I had the flowers that I wanted down, I'm now filling in with the twigs, the twines, and the leaves, just to fill in those holes, because I really did want those leaves to just be popping out around the flowers. I love the look of the red that came across. Now, you could have done them in purple, you could have done them in orange. I just wanted red. Again, the romantic vampire was what I saw with this. And that's a vintage type thing too. So it's not for everybody. I know that. But again, if we look at what we have or what we're about to get, if you subscribe to this, we can put a different spin to it, which gives it more life. And I know, and I mean no disrespect to Amazing Paper Grace. I love the Amazing Paper Grace. But the elegance that you get from them are absolutely beautiful. But I think this is beautiful as well. Again, not everybody will. Not everybody is into the grunge. But it's just another way to use our dies to get, again, like I said, more life out of it. Now, I could have had absolute fun when it comes to adding drops to this panel. I am actually using the gunmetal from Nuvo. So it's a very, no, I'm sorry, it's liquid mercury. So it looks like gunmetal. This looks like I'm violent with the card. I'm not. I was gingerly tapping that just a few times to level out those dots, and they did beautifully. So you can see these are the colors that are in that card. It's a little bright, but it was the best way because that foil is really tough to photograph. Very much so. So I do apologize, but you could just see those colors and how they just pop off. I honestly do hope you enjoyed today's project featuring the amazing Paper Grace die kit of the month for October. Again, just another way. As always, everything will be linked down below to the Spellbinders blog so you can be inspired even more, to all of the club kits that are available, and even that new one where it's the clear stamp and die combined, which is awesome. And then of course directly to the amazing Paper Grace, where you'll also, I believe, see past kits and what was offered previously. If you haven't yet, love for you to subscribe, be part of my group here. Make sure you ring the bell because hopefully, you never know, YouTube may notify you on that. Any questions you have, make sure you leave those down below as well. And by all means, enjoy your day. Continue to smile. And I'll always tell you to continue to laugh. But always remember what truly is most important to me. And I'll always say this too. Always. Be creative. Till the next video, guys.